Analysis of frame structure by using the portal method. Now this is a frame which is given, first floor and the second floor. The wind loads are acting in this direction, and the magnitude of the 60 kilonewton at the top and 90 kilonewton at this junction over here. This distance is 6 meter, 5 meter and 4 meter, while this height is 3 meter and 4 meter respectively. As usual, first of all, we will just bifurcate as per the assumptions each beam and column with a providing point of contraflexure. So these point of contraflexures are placed over here, and then along the point of contraflexure, the vertical and the horizontal forces are mentioned over the entire 6 beams and 8 columns. 6 beams and 8 columns. Just to start with, if we start from here, we know that the inner column takes double the shear as compared to that of the outer one. So we can say sigma, that is, this is equal to, if this is P, then this is P, this is 2P, this is P, 2P and this is P, and we can straightaway find out value of the horizontal shear like this, or we can call it the horizontal shear as H. Then H plus 2H plus 2H plus 2H, because horizontal shear for the inner column is double than that of the external one. If this is H acting in this direction, this will be 2H, this will be 2H, this will be H. From this we can straightway calculate the value of H here, then definitely 2H can be very easily calculated. It comes out to be 25 kilonewton. Similarly, we will go for this one. And now we have to add both horizontal load, and similarly here also we have to go for H2, 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 and this will be twice of H2, and this will be single H2, H2. We can calculate the value of H2, that 60 plus 90 acting in this direction plus minus H2 minus 2H2 minus 2H2 minus H2 equal to 0, and H2 can be very easily calculated. And we find that H2 comes out to be 25 kilonewton. So this is 10 kilonewton, this is 20 kilonewton, this is 25 kilonewton, and this is 50 kilonewton. Once this part is over, then we'll go for seeing every joint, and we'll try to calculate the vertical shear at the point of contraflexure, vertical forces at the point of contraflexure, as well as the horizontal force. First of all, we go for first joint A. Now you can see this force is given, this force is also given, and rest, this is not known to us, this is not known to us, this is also not known to us. First of all, what we can do, we can go for sigma H is equal to 0. When we go for sigma H is equal to 0, this is 60, this is 10, definitely this will be 50. Sigma H will be 0. And this will be 50 kilonewton. Then go for next general condition of equilibrium, sigma M is equal to 0. That you can see from here, sigma M is equal to 0, and taking moment at point A. So this moment will be 0, this moment will be 0, this will be acting clockwise, this will be acting anti-clockwise. We are supposed to find out this. Then this force, that is 10 into this 2, and we can call this as V1 into this distance of 3 meters, anti-clockwise equal to 0. From this, once the value V1 is known, once the V1 is known, just see, once the V1 is known from this, then this sigma V can be calculated. Sigma V can be calculated like this. Sigma V can be calculated because this is a horizontal force, this is a horizontal force, this is a horizontal force. Only this can be balanced by the another force in this direction. And that is sigma V is equal to 0. So we can calculate this value as pi V. Similarly, we can go for another joint, that is joint B. Again we will go for joint B and using the same concept. But now here, what we find so far, when I am considering the joint B, we will have to consider this arm and these forces. Similarly, this arm and these forces. This arm and these forces. And accordingly, this distance is 3 meter, this is 2.5 meter, and this is 2 meter. And again, first of all, sigma h is equal to 0, the sigma m is equal to 0, and sigma v is equal to 0, and find out the value. Similarly, go for the third one. Go for the next one. Once all four are completed, then go for the next one. When we are considering this only, when we are considering this joint E, again we have to take these forces and these forces along with this, not this but. And solve as sigma, first of all sigma h, then sigma m, and then sigma v, and if you find, you can find all the forces accordingly in all this. That's over and all. Thank you very much.